Hello to you all. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. The world today celebrates the role of mothers. We know that mothers play key roles in people's lives. We are celebrating the motherly bonds that stretch further and further. This term is inclusive of single mothers, grandmothers, and just all the women who have played key roles as mothers, the motherly figure. Mother's Day is not celebrated in contrast to Father's Day. It is not a competition between the fatherly roles and the motherly roles. No, this is just a distinctive celebration where you single out the role that mothers play in people's lives. I call mothers as the genesis of people's stories, the great and alike. We may be learned, we may be having all grades or all types of academic qualifications. We may have traveled countries, we may have traveled places, but we should never forget the source, the genesis of our story. The greatness of our story does not lie in what we have achieved, but the greatness of our stories, they lie in the source of our stories, our mothers. That's where our greatness lies. Even when they don't have qualifications much as we may have attained, or they may not speak good English as we may speak, or many languages, but our greatness lies there. I usually draw an analogy of a mother to a source of a river, and hence coming up with a saying that the pride of a river does not lie in its vastness, but rather in its source, because without the source, the river cannot be there. So mothers play key roles of affirming life in its vulnerable state. I just find the roles that mothers play to be quite fascinating, and I find that most of the roles that mothers play, they usually circulate around will and sacrifice. Just imagine the will and sacrifice that was put in for you to be who you are today. Let us rewind the story and go back to the womb. Imagine for 9 months what was really put in by the mother to wait for this little insignificant man, where there is no immediate remuneration or benefit that comes from that, to the time of birth. And imagine some of the mothers usually succumb to death because of what it takes to bring life on earth. There again, the infant has to be fed, has to be nourished, it has to be protected. A lot is put in to see to it that the child grows. After the time that they go to school, the mother is always there to do all these things. I find this quite fascinating. Just imagine the tear and wear that mothers have to undergo to feed their children, to send them to school. For instance, for those who are single mothers or those who don't have the fatherly figure in the house, the mother plays double roles now. She undergoes painstaking. She has to wait just under the sun to be scorched and wait for a passerby to come and buy their merchandise, so that the children can see the light of day, so that the children can be able to see how a class looks like and be able to provide a future for them, even when themselves may have never had the opportunity of stepping in class, or they could have had a poor kind of education, probably due to the circumstances in which they were raised. Think of that mother living under an abusive man, but for the sake of the children, she takes the risk of staying behind for the sake of the children, to see to it that the children can still have the motherly figure around them. This is just so fascinating. Imagine a mother staying behind, risking her life for the sake of you to be able to grow and have a life. Even when things go to the worst, even when society treats you with impunity, when you have gone astray or when you have gone wrong, when you have messed up, there is still always this woman waiting to welcome you, to embrace you, and to correct you, to see to it that you still feel human. This is a mother. This is what our mothers undergo. They are ready to sacrifice for the sake of seeing to it that you live life as a happy person, to be who you become or what we have become today. I call them queens because they are special. They do a lot. Therefore, this day they deserve the best treatment, the best thing, the best care, a message, a call, or just a gift, if possible. Well, for those who may not have their mothers nearby or they have gone to the Lord, it won't take a lot to take some time and pray to God in thanksgiving for having allowed you to be born, for having had cooperated with the will of God that you came to be born in this world. And without them, you wouldn't have been there. And it will be a thanksgiving in the sense that those people had to sacrifice to see to it that you are born. Well, some people have not been raised by their biological parents, but they have been raised by these women, special people, great people who did a lot for them. Those are people to always remember. Do something for them, call them, let them realize to say, oh, what I did was worthwhile. Make them feel special. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.